guys, this is Joseline Nicholas. I'm here today with tips on how to avoid bidding wars. So if you're a buyer in this market, you know how the market is. Properties are being listed for way under market, and the goal is to always try and buy a home without overpaying, because overpaying is not good for anyone. It's not good for the buyer, it's not good for the seller, it's not good for anyone, it's not good for the bank, it's not good for anyone involved. So here are my top 3 to 5 tips on how to avoid bidding wars. Bidding wars have become the norm in this market. It is literally what every person is doing out there. Majority of listing agents are just doing bidding wars. They list the property at way under market and then they hold offers. And one thing that has happened is a lot of buyers come without really understanding how the bidding wars work. They see a home, it's listed for $699, they love it, it matches their criteria, nothing like they've seen before, and they want to buy it. And in most cases, I'm having to explain that the property is worth more. It's just listed for $699 to attract attention so that people can go and end up in a bidding war, really. So I want you to understand that sometimes the homes you're looking at in those purchase price, that is not the actual value of the home. In most cases, these homes are undervalued to attract attention, to have more buyers go to see these homes, and in the end, people end up in a bidding war. It's just the reality of the market. So what I want to say about that is, when you see a home like that, a lot of the times what I'm having my clients do is we start to look way below your budget. So if somebody comes to me, their budget is $900,000 for a detached home in, let's say, for example, Guelph, then I start looking for homes anything above 500. So I'll be looking from 500 to 900. That way, if they see a home that they really love that is listed for 600, we can actually pursue that home, and with the bidding war situation that's happening, we might end up in the $800,000 or $900,000. Now, I also want to mention that it does not mean that my clients overpay. It does not mean that those people are overpaying. I always make sure that none of my clients are overpaying for a property. How do we do that? We look at comparable properties. I don't want my client paying a dime over what the property is worth. So we always make sure that we understand the market, and we know that whatever the client is paying for today, if the bank was to do an appraisal, the appraiser will come at that price or below that price. So that is something that we're always watching. So in terms of avoiding bidding wars, one thing you have to do is to consider properties that are not on market. That is one way where my clients are avoiding bidding wars. So we're able to give them off-market opportunities. If you're looking for off-market opportunities, let me know. We do have a pool of people that we speak to on a regular basis who are thinking to sell but don't want to go to market. You might ask, why don't they want to go to market? Sometimes people have personal reasons. Maybe they want to save time. Maybe they're afraid of COVID, or maybe sometimes I've had to deal with situations where somebody is a prominent figure in the community and they don't want everybody to know that their home is being sold. So they opt to sell off market. So there's just different situations that will cause people to sell off market. On that same point, sometimes I actually look at properties that have been on the market longer. What happens with those properties? In most cases, the 2 common reasons why a property will sit on market longer, one is that it's overpriced, right? And I've seen that sometimes when they sit on market for 3 months in this market, they know that they're overpriced. So sometimes when you go to them with a fair price, that is what the property is worth, if you can justify it, they will take the offer. One of my clients just bought a condo for $360,000. That condo was initially listed for $450,000. And over a period of a few weeks, the seller realized that this property was way overpriced and nobody would pay that much. My client was able to go in and buy it for $360,000. Right? So such situations like that, we didn't have a bidding war, and it was an easy and seamless experience because I was able to justify to the seller and the seller's agent that the comparables suggest a purchase price of $360,000. Another thing that also I like to look at is to look at properties before they go to market. So whoever you're working with or the agent you're working with, Sometimes they have listings before they go to market, so you can look at, we call these exclusive listings. Sometimes if for example I have a listing that's going to market, it meets my client's expectations, sometimes you can speak to the seller, and if they'll take an offer before it goes to market, then that could happen. Anyways, I hope that was very helpful. In summary, I would say the key is to get a good understanding of what you're looking for so that we can go out there and find it. And if we can't do that, there are a lot of strategies that you can use to increase your purchasing power or to avoid bidding wars. If you have any question about anything, do connect with me. My contact information will be found below. So do connect with me, and I'll be happy to help where I can. Thank you again, and have an awesome day. Bye.